Okay. I think I got the wrong date on there. That's all right. Hi, Diane. How are you? All right. Well, the sorting continue. It's definitely something. So many bags. So many bags. Okay. We had such a wonderful turnout this afternoon. Hoping for a similar turnout, but I understand people can't be on here 2 hours a day. Okay, I've got a cat stumbling around down here. What's going on, ma'am? So much yarn. Okay. I'm going to edit most of this out, so I'm not going to talk too much. Doop, ba-doop, ba-doop. Okay. Okay, so these are not finished flowers. Put this there. Okay. I think I'm done with one container. Excuse me. Pretty exciting. Okay, what is this? These are not finished. Diamond, really? Really? Oh. Okay. Yay! Somebody's here. All right, don't forget to leave me a comment. And let me make sure I'm pretty sure I set this up right. A comment or let me know who's here. Okay. I am almost done with one container. Very exciting. I don't know if you can see it. Ugh. So let me show you what dug out. Hey, there's more people on here. All right. So here is Pretty Flower. It's going to go in a bag of flowers. If you want me to do something else, I could try and do something else now. But right now, we're going to do the sorting. Here's a little dog hat. This would be for a very small dog. I don't have a dog. The cats are not very partial to having hats put on. So I'm going to try it on. The stuffed rabbit. Look how cute that is. Yeah. Ta-da. How cute. Okay. So this needs to be woven in, so I'm going to put that in unfinished. Here it is in blue. And behind me, I have Mr. Well, you can't see him. Let's see, there he is. Don't get scared. Mr. Salacious B. Crumb from Star Wars. I think I forgot to turn him on. He's here because I will be working on Baby Yoda, or whatever that character's name is, in the next couple of days. Here are some more granny squares. So I'm going to put them in the container of granny squares. Okay. Here's another flower. Oh, it's not a flower. It looks like a flower, but watch when you fold it. It turns into a butterfly. So let me show you. You just would take this, puts this back a little bit. You would take some complimentary yarn and wrap it around. I would actually do a chain, of which I have one right here. Wrap this around. And then I would put some kind of fabric stiffer or glue on it. But for now, I'm going to just tie it, and you can just kind of imagine that it is the antenna. Excuse me, the antennae or antennas. And then it stands up. Yeah. That's cute. So I'm going to put this in unfinished because it's unfinished. Here is a rose in a nice cream color, and it's not sewn together. And you know, if you don't want to sew it together, if you want something that you can fiddle with, then you can leave it, you know, unsewn in, and then you can always put it together. Just, you know, something if you are a little fidgety like I am and you'd like to have. Thank you for that thumbs up. I appreciate you. And oh, good morning from India. Hey, good morning from India. I know a couple of people that are from India. I worked with somebody, and yes, anyway, okay, so here is the rose, and you can do things. I mean, this isn't really something that I would do, but you could put this on a shirt like this permanently, or you could pin it on. So that's a fun little thing. So I'm going to put this into the container. So my friend from India, I am sorting like 8 of these big bags of all of my crochet stuff. It's a story. I've moved a couple of times. I was sick for a while. I got hit by a car. I had a broken arm, and all kinds of stuff happened. Here's a fancy heart. Oh. Okay, I'm back. Here's a fancy heart. So that's going to go in unfinished. Here is another little heart, and it is finished. So it's going to go in finished products that are not apparel. Okay, and I see someone else from Andrea's Crochet. Hi. Oh, I like your little I don't know what to call it. The little thing by your name. All right, here's this flower. It's some type of Asian flower, and I can't think of the name. It's not a lotus, which I don't think that's particularly Asian, but I don't know. But look how cool the back is. Can you see those stitches in the back? This was really fun to crochet. So here's the brief story. I was going to have, oh, here, want to see something scary? Oh, that white hair. Okay. Wait, what should I make with, wait a minute, I can't see it, with thin yarn. Oh, well, let me see. Do I have a sample of thin yarn up here? Not yet. Well, you could make any of these items in thin yarn. It just would be teeny tiny, and you can make them earrings. Because how cute would that be to have little heart earrings or little tiny butterfly earrings? So, or if you are extremely patient, you could make a very lacy sweater or shirt. So, yeah. All right, here, this is not finished. I'm going to put that over there. Put this over here. Here is a sparkly rose. And again, it's just like the cream colored one. I'm sorry, let me put this up here. But it is, it's sparkly. It's hard for me to, I gotta put my hand down. Let me move it down here. Okay. Oh yeah, you're welcome. Also, thin yarn is nice to keep around for embroidery if you ever get into making amigurumi. If you were here this afternoon, you could have seen how many amigurumi people I've started and haven't finished. So here is another sparkly flower. And I'm not in good sun or in good lighting. Okay, so that's going to go into unfinished. Another flower, little bow. Look how cute that is. You can put this on a hair clip or glue it onto a bobby pin or a hair clip. That's going to go over there. This looks like a mess. I'm going to give this to the cat that's behind me. Okay, let's see. Okay. I'm going to dump this bag in this container now that it's empty. Let's see what we got going on in here. Oh, I was going to open an Etsy store, so I have a lot of products that are samples. And Etsy is, if you're not experienced with Etsy, it's very time consuming. It's all about the marketing. And it's really hard to make money when you are making products like this, which are truly made by one person. Here's a little baby hat. And I like to pride myself on hats that have no knots in it. And because if you have a preemie, sometimes they're sensitive to the, all right, this has to get woven in, to the knots on their little baby heads. But here's a little hat. And, you know, if you're a beginning, oh God, I'm in bad lighting. They're just fun to make. They're really easy. You know, so this is going to go into apparel that is not finished because it needs a little weaving. Okay, here is a bag of the charcoal gray yarn, and this is from Caron. Caron, C-A-R-O-N. I believe I'm pronouncing it correct. It could be Caron, but I'm pretty, well, it's made in Turkey, so I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Okay, here's a whole bag of stuff. Okay, here is a tie. It came out slightly uneven, but as you can see, it ends like a traditional man's tie. Oh, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Please make my dream of never leaving my house again come true. I'm so tired. I'm so tired and in pain, crabby. I just like to stay home. I was going to retire. I'm a widow, and I could retire at 60, which I am, but I have to wait until January 1st. Okay. Anyway, so here's a tie. If you remember any of this stuff, or if you're interested in anything, you can send me a comment. It's easier for me to see them after the stream ends. Where you can put, you know, and I forgot what I was saying. Okay, this can go in apparel that's finished. I don't even think I have a container for apparel. I'll put it, oh yeah, I do. I have this one over here. Okay. You can't tell what it is, but it's an owl, and he's not done. Okay. What was I saying? Subscribe. And I work as a substitute teacher, and substituting can be quite challenging. And I do live in, I substitute in urban Phoenix, so I'm right here in the downtown part of Phoenix. Because Phoenix is such a huge city that the city proper actually has suburbs in it, which is weird. Right, here's a little hat. I was teaching myself how to work in the round. I'm sorry, not in the round, but with connecting. So I would have to weave all the stitches in, all the frill in. This is, yeah. All right, so that is in the unfinished apparel. Here is an ear to an amigurumi animal. I used to spend a significant amount of time on the public bus because after my car died, I did not have enough money to buy a car. So I used to just take the bus. This is a little booty that did not come out right. So I'm going to put this in the take apart and save the yarn. And I missed. That's all right. So crocheting is very easy on the bus or on the light rail that we have here in Phoenix. But sewing it together, not so much. Here's the beginnings of a mouse. Look at his little nose. Look how cute he is. Look at it. Okay, it's gonna go on there. Here is, oh, okay. Here is the beginnings of a larger size turtle. I have a whole container of turtles that are really small. They're probably about, the body is probably about as big as this. This was a pattern that I followed from these two ladies that live in Peru. I don't speak Spanish, and when I did this was like 10 years ago. YouTube did not have translation. So I figured it out. It's really pretty, I think, just the different designs. And I just made it with a bigger yarn. That one I used with the skinny yarn so that you can do that. So this is going to go in over there. Here's a little butterfly. And what would you do with this? You would put it on that hat, put it on a scarf, put it on a safety pin. You could put it on a jump ring and make a necklace. So, and I can tell you, as a teacher, I would make these and give them to the students. Or when I was on the bus, I would make stuff on the bus and give it to the saddest person that was on the bus, because taking the bus is no fun in Phoenix, where it is so hot. Okay, here's the beginnings of a turtle. He has pins for eyes. Look at him. He doesn't have any back legs. I'm laughing because I had no idea how much stuff that I have not finished. Okay, don't get scared. It's a ghost. Ooh. So I'm going to put him in the unfinished. That's not the same ghost from the thumbnail. That is with a smaller, thinner yarn. Here is a snowflake, and it's crinkled, so you cannot iron this kind of yarn. It will melt if you put the heat directly on it. So you'd have to do it like through a towel, so that it doesn't get burned. Little snowflake. One year as a teacher, I made about 50 of these and gave them to the kids to put on the school Christmas tree. Here's another little teeny tiny flower. So when I'm making something and I end with like a little bit of the yarn like this, I will crochet this into a circle or into a little flower like this, instead of having the little scraps. Here is a wooden ball. I thought I was going to make something with it. And I'm going to put that, where's it go? Put it back there. Okay. Here's the other ear to a bunny. And then these larger size, what I do is I put, hi Diana, hi. Thank you for joining. I put nickels in the bottom of their feet, and then they can stand up. So that's fun. Okay, here is just a circle. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Probably nothing. We'll put that in the not finished. Are there 3 of these? Did I make 3? Why would I make 3? I don't know. Okay. Here is, this was supposed to be a bee, and I think I messed up on the pattern, and I didn't finish it because of that. Put that in the unfinished. Diana, I'm sorting through what you can't even believe. It's 8 bags of this filled with yarn. And I've had to move a few times, and everything got messy. That's the other thing. If you are going to go into crocheting, you need to really, or into any kind of craft, think about where you're going to store stuff. Oh, I just answered. So I'm going through and I'm sorting into, let me flip my camera around. Do I know how to do that? Like this. Okay. That's the blanket from my thumbnails. And that took a really long time to do. Anyway, I have all these empty containers, and I'm sorting them by what the project is, so that I can be a little bit organized. Right here, it's messy right now, but this is a bracelet. And all you would have to do is put a button on it. And if I had to make it again, I would probably put beads on it. So this is going to go in unfinished. Here is a flower that I ran out of yarn to finish. So I'm probably going to give it to one of the cats. There you go. Look, Diana, it's Mr. Crumb. He's here. Okay. This is going to go in regular yarn. Here's a teeny tiny flower. And I would have to shape this better. And in order for it to hold its shape, you could put like fabric stiffener on it, or even like Elmer's glue, which if you wash it, it'll come out. Oh, you took back a message, Diane. I wonder what it was. And anyway, you can make these into earrings. I don't have any samples of those yet. They're here somewhere. All right, so here's like another little flower. And like I said, I would give these to just to students randomly at school, someone who looks sad or someone who is extra sweet in class. And I would try and give them extra yarn so they can tie it onto something. Okay, here is the back leg to that turtle. Here is a, is this a butterfly? There's a butterfly, and I think you have to fold it. I'm sorry, you have to fold it a certain way. There it is. This one came up better. And then you would just wrap this with some contrasting yarn. Can you see that? It is cute, thank you. And so I'm gonna put this in the unfinished container. What is this? I think this is a Christmas tree. What is this? Oh yeah, they're little, they're little triangles now because I never put the bottoms on. And these were supposed to be ornaments for, these were made in 2019, and these were supposed to go on a Christmas tree at school, but then I got busy because that job was so hard. It was crazy. I was there every day until 6:30, and then I would go in on Saturday. It was really, really hard. Here's another butterfly. I would just put on, like I said, I would just put on some like this, little antenna. But we're gonna put that over there for now. Here is the bottom for a turtle, which means that there is probably another turtle in there somewhere. Okay, this is super cute. Okay, but first here's another heart. And this is a fancier heart because I made this with 2 rows. So this would probably take me 3 minutes to make. Oh, it's in my eye. About 3 minutes to make, including the weaving. Here is a little teddy bear. My God, look how cute. Look how cute. The internet has done so much for crafting. Because if you had to look at this or read the pattern for this, I'll tell you what, reading crochet patterns is incredibly hard. It's all abbreviations. You don't know what the abbreviations are. Very, very confusing. Okay, here is, I don't know why I made it in black. It is, who are you going to give to? Oh, that's so cute. Diane, I probably will be there in the fall. I'm either going to be 6th grade or I'm going to be the art teacher. So I thought I was going to go down to 2 or 3 days a week, but that's a whole story. Okay, this is a hat for a premature baby. On second thought, I don't know why I made this in black. It could also be for a doll. And let's see, the bunny, I can't really get it on the bunny, but you can see it would fit this, stuff his ears in. No, all right, now he doesn't like it. Okay. So this has to get woven and we'll put it down here. Okay, so here's a whole bag of samples in this mint green. And Diane, I used to have an Etsy store, and Etsy is very expensive. I won't go into it now, and it's very time consuming. So these were going to be for photo shoots. It's a lot of marketing and a lot of very time consuming. So these were just the different products that people could buy. So I have a whole bunch of these. I'm probably going to make it into a sweater. So I'm going to put these in the finished container. Okay. Here are some fingerless gloves. This is an adult size. And the other one, it's right here. There might be a hat in here. Wait, did I put it on right? No, put it on wrong. Okay. If you're going to work on a crochet project, this is a project that is really easy. It works up fast. The hardest part is this part right here. But if you watch a video, it's so much more helpful than having to read it from a pattern. Just little fun decorations. So I'm going to put this in finished apparel, and I'm going to put it in the bag. Okay. So, if you want, you can ask me a question. Well, Diana's been doing that, so that's nice. You can ask, what else I've made, or what you think I should make. So where's my finished? Okay, it's right there. Okay, here it. I bought this yarn because it was on super sale. I will never buy it again. It's for a particular style of blanket or something. It's really hard to work with. And this is where you buy this kind of yarn, and it's used for a certain kind of stitch. And it's not very versatile. So I don't have a lot of it. So I'm going to put that in the not Caron yarn container. Okay, I have a lot of masks still from COVID. This is not a mask. Okay. This, I think, was the beginning of so sad, a burial blanket for a baby, for a preemie. And yeah, some of the babies are this small. So I would make this in this cream colored, and then I would embellish it with like a little bear head if it was, whatever the parent would want. But I think that's what this is. So this is going to go in unfinished project over there. Okay, here is a purpley hat. And this is not made with Caron yarn. It's kind of soft. It's a Walmart Super Saver yarn. My head's too big for it. Okay, so we're going to put this in finished apparel. Okay. And this Caron yarn. I hit the stand on here, so that's a bummer. That's all right. I'll get to that in a minute. Okay. Here is a Lovey, and it's meant to be a small blanket. It's very stretchy. It doesn't have any knots in it, and it's just something for a little baby to hold on to. So I'm going to put this in the finished products container. And then here's one that has a hole in it so that you can put a stuffed animal through it. The pattern called for it to be cut the head off of the animal and then sew it on. But I thought that would just be ridiculous, because why would you want to do that? See, look how cute. He's got a little, yeah, you can play with it. Now, you wouldn't put this, if this was for a baby, you wouldn't do it because these are not safe for babies. Chew this right off. But the Beanie Baby's too far away. So we'll put this over here. Okay, this is silk yarn that I have to take apart, so that's going to go in here. Here is a craft that I made at school. It looked so easy, and then we were trying to make it, and it was not easy, where you just wrap the yarn around the cardboard. And yeah, that was just a little project. So I'll probably take this apart for the yarn. So I'm going to put that in take apart. Okay, this is just a bunch of loose scraps. Thank you for the second thumbs up. You make me so happy. Okay, this is going to be for sewing, which I don't do so. Oh, the buttons fell off. Okay, so here is, okay, I'm going to put this back in the bag. The buttons. Okay. Yeah, this will go into the sewing container. I don't do a lot of sewing. My youngest daughter is a seamstress, and she has made jeans. She made her wedding dress. She made a lot of stuff. She's really good. Here's some thin yarn. Okay, here is another hat. And on the hats, like I said, I would put like one of the decorations on there. Hats are really easy. This is a basic beanie. This is not anything fancy. And it's just a basic, again, my head's going to be too big for it. But, yeah. So, I'll put this over here. Okay, here is a hand sanitizer holder. And it works like this. So you can put this on your backpack, and then you don't have to, you can just open this up and it opens up on the bottom. So that's going to go in finished products. Okay, more yarn. Oh, so much. Okay. Thank you for staying with me during this kind of boring. Here's some gold yarn. I use this yarn to make those gold hearts if you were here for them. What? You can go in the container if you want. Here is some variegated yarn, which means the color changes as you go along. It doesn't look particularly pretty here, but when you see it all worked up, it's really nice. So that's going to go in the Not Caring yarn. Okay, this I started to make. Wait a minute. This is silk yarn. And it would be a bunch of squares. And then I realized that after you make a whole bunch of squares, you have to put them all together. And that is very time consuming. So probably not going to ever finish that. And here's some more of it. I have like 4 of them. And the problem is, well, not the problem, but if you take something apart that's been tightly crocheted, it will keep like the kinks in it. So you have to take it apart and then roll it into a ball and let the yarn kind of settle. Okay. Let's see what this is in here. Okay, there's another Christmas tree that's going to go in unfinished. Here is a, this is a headband for a very small child. And I don't know if you can see the pattern. Let me get into some good lighting. Oh, tell Junior I said hi. Hi. Hi, Junior. Here is, this is for a younger girl. And I forget what this is called, but it's a flower stitch. And then it's stretchy on the back. And it's a little headband. Or if you have big wrists, it could be a wrist. I don't know. All right, that's going to go unfinished. There's a little pistachio butterfly. I'm getting hungry now because I'm going to eat pistachio ice cream. Okay, wait, I'm getting confused again. What is over here? What is in this container? Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. Here is... Okay, I was going to make a sweater with this yarn. And some of this stuff, this is like from 8, 7, 9 years ago. So I have a lot of these little squares. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. So I'm going to put them in a container with the other granny squares. The flowers, I think I'm going to put together and make a sweater. I saw a YouTuber who asked people to send her stuff in the mail, and then she put like flowers, and then she put it all together and made a skirt. It's really cute. So maybe I'll do that in the future. All right, here's another teeny tiny hat. This would be for a preemie, and or for a doll. So it's not finished, so it's going to go in unfinished apparel. Here's a Christmas tree again. It's going to go in unfinished doodads. Okay. This is in the silk. Silk is a natural fiber, and it is good for keeping you cool and for keeping you warm. Acrylic will just keep you warm. So that's why when you are making a when you are designing something, you have to take into account how you're going to use it. Because if you're going to substitute yarn or anything, and it's for a summer outfit, you want to make sure that you're not picking acrylic because it will not be lightweight. Here's a little tiny hat for like a Barbie doll. And I would make this like cuter by putting like a little, I don't know, there's something on here, but we're going to put that over there. Here are some little plastic not bobby pins. Oh, you took off that Junior said hi. He doesn't want anyone to know. This isn't like TikTok. People aren't going to, well, no, people can read this later on. Anyway, these are stitch markers. I don't really use them because I never make mistakes. That's not true. I use like a piece of yarn. Here are some bamboo crochet hooks. I don't really work with that kind of stuff. They feel kind of flimsy. Here is, let me move the camera down. Here are all my crochet hooks. Can you see? And this is not a joke hook. This is for using for macrame, to making crochet hammocks or other things with a thick fiber, with rope or whatever. Just my little toolbox for that. Okay. We are almost done with this container. There's another heart. I have to weave it in, so I'm going to put that in unfinished. And this is just yarn that I cut up. I like to stuff the amigurumi with matching yarn to make it soft. Okay, what time is it? How long have we been on? 35 minutes. Okay. All right, here's another bag. And, all right, here is some lemon yellow yarn. It's very, very bright. Okay, I'm going to dump it out because get out of the bag. All right. Okay. All right, here's some of that orange yarn. I don't like it. I will never buy it again. It is not soft enough for me to use. Made a few things with it, but I wouldn't use it again. So, and then here's some, this is like it's darker in person. The camera makes it look a little bit lighter. Here is even brighter yarn. One of them is called Lemonade, and one is called, oh, I can't remember what it's called, something like Sunburst or something. Here's also some kind of scratchy yarn. I'll probably cut this up and use it for stuffing. Here is some thin yarn, and this is, I don't know what it is because it's in, I'm going to assume Chinese, but this is some kind of tencel. It's very thin, it's very lightweight. And yeah, so that's going to go in there. This is saffron. I made this for a friend who is from India, and he is Punjabi, and this is one of their colors. Anyway, so I'm going to put this in not Karen yarn. Let me see if I can find. Okay, well, that's a lot of stuff to pull out. Okay. Okay, here is a green garden snake. He is done being crocheted, but he needs to be stitched together. And then this kind of thing you need to kind of stuff as you go along. I was really into making these snakes and then giving them as gifts. Here is a black cat. I remember making this a long time ago. And he's out of shape now because he's been stuffed in a bag. And this one has nickels in his feet, and if it's balanced right, it will stand up. And I remember making this, and then I hurt my wrist really bad. Junior said that is how you're, oh yeah, my summer's going really nice. Thank you, Junior. It's nice and peaceful. My air conditioning has not, well, my air conditioning was out for a week. After I moved, and it was out of, okay, this is some cool yarn too, but I don't have a lot of it left, so anyway, my air conditioning was out before I moved, then it was out after I moved, so it's been a little challenging, but besides that, everything's been going pretty good. Here are some flowers, and these, like I said, I would put, it's all messed up, it's all crinkled. Okay, so sew that, put it on his, okay, here are some little, not terribly little, but these could be earrings. I don't know, I don't really wear earrings because I have sensitive ears. Here's a cat in a hat. I'd have to put a border on him in black. So this whole little bag is made up of little tiny things, including a little tiny snake. Look how cute he is. Look at him. He wants to be your friend. All right, so these are going to go into the unfinished because they need to be woven in. Oh, it's so hot right now. The sun comes in through that window, but whatever, I don't know. All right, Diana, do you play a game called Seeker's Notes? It's not Fortnite. Okay, this is leftover yarn from a blanket from one of my customers on Etsy that asked me to do a blanket. She couldn't figure out how to read the pattern. And that was in 13 years ago? Yeah. So this is just the extra yarn from that. Okay, this is some inexpensive yarn I will probably cut up and use for stuffing. There are 4 more bags. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 5 more bags to go through. Can you believe how much yarn I have? You don't play that game? Okay, all right. I was gonna say I'm gonna be doing a live stream later on because I will have to lie down on some ice because I've been sitting down for too long. So this is not Karen yarn. And oh God, the lighting got really gross. It's not terribly soft, so I probably would never use this. There's more of that orange. Okay, here is some Simply Soft. That goes over there. That's my go-to yarn. Here is some purple. Very pretty. If you were here before, you could have seen some of the unfinished apparel. But I will be doing a thing on that soon. All right, here is a little, very tiny. I was learning how to use this little tiny hook. And this kind of, it's not an, I forget what it's called. It's an Aztec themed kind of pattern. It's not exactly that. And this is back in the day when we did not have internet on our phones, and your phone was not always in your hand because it was literally a phone. You would get text messages. It didn't have a camera on it. It was just a phone. So yes. All right, here's some really big yarn. This looks like the kind of yarn when I was little that they would have you tie in your hair. That's a little bow in your hair. So I will make some ghosts out of this, some bigger ghosts. Okay, bye Diana, bye. Thank you for visiting, I appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed here, please subscribe. Please make my dream of never having to leave my house again come true. Look at this bad lighting. All right, tell Junior I said bye, and if you see Jesus, tell him I said, hey. Wait, isn't there another sister? Okay, I don't know. So many students. All right, here's another one of these funky yarns. It's really cool looking. And if you have these specialty yarns, the best thing to do is, if you have the wrapper, is look at the manufacturer. The yarn companies will always have a pattern, at least one, usually a lot more, for specific yarns. That would be a cool job, to work for a yarn company, creating patterns and stuff. All right, here's some yarn that I would use as stuffing. Here is some more purple. So the end game is to transfer stuff into even smaller containers like this. So I'm going to go for these big containers and then really sort it all out. And this should keep me busy for most of the summer. I don't work in the summer. Phoenix is not the kind of place where you can get a summer job because nobody's here in the summer. Here is another hand sanitizer holder that opens on the bottom. That's going to go over there. What is this? It's going to go over here. Oh, too much stuff. Okay. Here's some of that really bright yellow. This would be is really good to make flowers out of. So, and here's some more blue. Is this the same blue as this one? This is a navy, and it's not the same as the Spider-Man And I think I'm going to finish that Spider-Man, even though it's got a mistake in the front. That's not my fault. And I think I'm going to finish it. And then I'll just have it. Here's this beautiful yarn. That you can't tell that it's beautiful, though. Okay, here is, this is called, this is, I think this is eyelash yarn. It's very fluffy. And this would be really fun to make a bunny or a sheep or, you know, some kind of puppy. Because you can always take the yarn, even like this kind of yarn, and then what you do is you take like a brush that you use for a dog that doesn't have little rubber tips on it. That's just like the harsh kind of thing, and you just scrape it, scrape, and we'll make it fluffy. Can't do it too much, you don't want it to fall apart. Okay, so I think, oops. So I think I'm gonna make, finish the Spider-Man, and I don't have them right by me, but I'm gonna do this, finish up the Spider-Man. These are my plans for this week. The Spider-Man, the jacket, which I changed the pattern from a nice cotton because I'm not allowed to buy any more yarn because I have too much. And I spent a lot of money on this. Well, I mean, compared to other startup companies, it wasn't a lot of money. And I always buy stuff on sale. So anyway, I'm not allowed to buy any more yarn. So I have to make do with what I have. So I found a pattern. It needed cotton. I didn't have cotton. It needed super chunky. Didn't have super chunky. So I used chunky times 2, put 2 strands together. And I made the thing. So it's not lightweight. And it's definitely does not keep you cool. It's very warm. Thank you, whoever else is here. Hey, like and subscribe so I never have to leave my house again. Please help me get to 500 subscribers so I can be monetized. Okay. You know, if you want, you don't have to, but I would appreciate it. And so would my cats, if you're partial to cats. All right, here's some more. Oh my God, it's such a mess. So if you are new to crocheting, you have to have some kind of game plan for how you're going to store your yarn. So what I would suggest you do is you get a large baggie like this, and you write on here the size hook that you're using, because you will forget if you have a whole set. And is there a difference between a 4 and a 4.5? Yes, there is. I would put the yarn in here, the hook, keep it all nice and clean, especially if you have pets. Keep it all together. And then if you're someone like me who puts it down and maybe it's going to pick it up for 16 years, then when you pick it up, you're like, oh yeah. See, I give good advice, but I don't necessarily do it. All right, this yarn did used to be very, very organized. I used over-the-door shoe organizers and put the things in the pockets. And then we moved, and everything got thrown together. And yeah, so yeah, still there. Okay. All right, here's some more Karen. Okay. This yarn I'm probably going to cut up and use for stuffing. And I didn't buy this yarn. This is kind of yarn I would see at the dollar store. And I'm like, oh yeah, that looks nice. Then I buy it. I'm like, why do you do that? You know you're not going to use it. Okay. Okay. Here's the same thing with this yarn. Okay. All right. So that is, okay, what's in the container now is a mess. Let me show you if you're interested. So this I'm going to have to really go through with scissors or something to cut through it. Let me get another bag. Okay. All right. I might need to get another container. What is in here? Okay. Well, I'm just going to dump it. Okay, here is a sweater, and apparently my cats chewed on this. That's all right. Okay, now I made this sweater a long time ago, and it was the school colors of the school that I worked at a lot. It's probably too small for me now. And I can't remember what school it was. It was in the Glendale Union High School District. And I have put on weight because I have. So I'm going to stand up. Don't get scared by my big belly. Here it comes. Okay. And this is also a really easy pattern to follow if you want to try and make a sweater. Not try. If you want to make a sweater. This is an acrylic, so it has the holes in it. It does keep you warm unless the wind blows. And this is a hexagon. It's a granny square, but it's 5 sides. Did I say hexagon? Wait a minute. It's either 5 or 6. I can't remember. Anyway, I'd have to look at it again. So here is this one. I haven't worn this in a number of years because I got put weight on because I had medical problems. Okay, here is, this was just like a table runner that got put away. And this is black and a dark red. And what I did was I pulled, because I didn't want to weave it, I pulled all the strings on the inside. I just had this on top of a dresser or something. So this I would put in, needs to be finished. And that's going to go over there. This is finished apparel. So weird that I have something that's done. All right, let's see what's in here. Okay, this is a mixed bag of stuff. It has silk in there. It has acrylic. It has, oh, this is a headband. This is a headband that I made the mistake of not doing a foundation row, so it's really tight on this side, and then it's not as tight up there. Every now and then I think I'm going to be able to wear a headband or something, and then I remember I can't wear stuff like that because my scalp is sensitive, because I have everything stupid wrong with me, so I can't do that. So that's going to go over there. Here's my Star Wars amigurumi book. So I'll be working on this. And so much stuff. Okay, so let's see. Okay, here is, I was practicing the stitch on this hat. So this I would just take apart. This is, oh look, it's a long lost hook. Yeah. Okay. Let me put this in the back. This hook has a thicker thing on here to make it easier to grip when you get older like me, or even when you're young. You have to make sure you stretch your fingers every now and then, because you can get overuse syndrome, or you can get something called trigger finger. So sometimes my middle finger and my ring finger will just be locked. I'll wake up from the excruciating pain. And so you have to kind of not crochet for 4 hours straight. You have to take little breaks, probably every half hour. Do a little stretching. Keep your fingers healthy. More of this beautiful yarn. Oh. 5 hooks. Okay, so see, I did put my stuff in the bag, but then I forgot that I was doing it. I have a touch of the ADHD, a lot of it. So I forget things very easily, and if it is not out in my face, I will forget that it exists. So some of this stuff I completely forgot it was there, and now that I'm seeing it. All right, here is a little bootie I made. It's too big for my foot. Oh, look how cute that is. That's going to go in finished. And I'm going to be signing off here pretty soon because I am getting tired. All right, here's a different style of the hand sanitizer. It doesn't open. It does open on the bottom. And this one isn't as, oh look, it's a little, I forgot I have a Mickey Mouse pin in here. Or I have the backs to it. That's weird. Put that in there. Okay, here is a camouflage mask, and it has, ta-da, and it has hair rubbers, scrunchies, I don't know what you call these things, to make it more comfortable. So this is finished. I have to think about what I'm going to do with those. I might take apart all my masks because people don't really wear them. Here's a whole bunch of jewelry stuff. Okay? Beads, keychains, more beads, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to put this in the bead container. I have the bead container. I'll put it in the sewing for now. Okay, here's another mask. It's not a real mask, it's a cover. You would wear the regular mask, you put that on top. And I would use those in the winter time when I'm riding my bikes to keep my face from getting too cold. And this is a mess in here. All right, so we are coming up on an hour. If you want me to stay on, I see 2 people are here. If you could maybe put a message that says, can you stay on for 5 more minutes? Because I think 2 of you, or 1 of you might be my daughter. You might not even really be paying attention. And that's okay. I appreciate you being here. Okay, here's a container for sorting. For beads. And, okay, so we're going to go to an hour. So that's like 3.5 minutes. Okay. Here's another, oh, the googly eyes. Googly eyes. Gotta keep those out. Okay, so this is a bunch of miscellaneous that I don't have the strength to go through now, so I'm gonna just close it up. Put it back in the container, pretend like I didn't take it out. Okay, here are those flat beads. Can you see the flat beads that you can make bracelets and stuff with? I was thinking of using these with a bead in the middle for the amigurumi eyes. So I'm going to try that out. Put that in there. And look how cute this is. This I actually did use. Look how cute it is. It's pistachio with the pink heart. And I have it on upside down. If you don't know this, pistachio is a flavor of ice cream that Italians like. And the nut, look how cute that is. So it makes me think of not Neapolitan ice cream, but pistachio ice cream. It's strawberry, chocolate, and pistachio. Here's another tie, and it actually ends in a tie. Avril Lavigne really made it popular to wear ties, and now, I know that you guys are probably so young, whoever's watching this, don't know who she is, but, you know, they're not as, they're not as popular as they used to be. Here's all the stuff for the Baby Yoda pattern, so I'm going to put that over there. And, here is some gold yarn, and it never seems to, let's just cut this. What I'll be doing after this is I'm going to put the lids on all of these so that the cats don't sleep in the containers, get their fur all over it. And then I'm going to rest for a little bit, and then I'm probably going to play Seeker's Notes, which I know is probably going to confuse the algorithm, but I play that game a lot when I am laying flat, and I might as well strain it while I'm out there. All right, well, I think this is great. I went through about 3 bags, and most of this box. I don't know if you know this, but you should not keep cardboard in your house because this makes it easy for bugs to live in the cracks of the cardboard. So this is going outside. Oh, got into that. So it's gonna go over here. Okay. And we still have people here. Okay, my friends. Let's see. Here is a little, is this a butterfly? No, it's just a flower. It's kind of cute. Put that in there. Okay. Oh my God. It's a never ending supply. Oh, this is this beautiful yarn. I love this yarn. And I have a top. Tomorrow maybe I'll go over the tops. And look how pretty this is. So this is, the yarn changes color. It's called variegated. And when you work it up, it just makes these gorgeous colors. So, all right, my loves, I am going to go. I love you. Thank you for being here. And that I love you is for my kids that might be watching, or for anybody who's here who doesn't have someone to say that they love you and that you matter and that you're important, because you are. You are important, you do matter, and you are appreciated. Goodbye. I will be here tomorrow, probably at the same time, 2 o'clock. Yeah, so I'm going to read these comments later. Sometimes they don't all pop up until after. And we'll see if anyone has any requests. All right, goodbye. Thank you.